Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my Epic Plays series. I am Sylphin, and in the series we analyze what makes great plays in Paragon. So thank you for all of those that chose to submit your plays. It's very much appreciated. I suggest that you continuously submit your epic plays to sylphinparagon@gmail.com or simply leave the comment down below with the replay code, the time of the epic play, and who exactly you were playing, as long as with a short description. So, the very first replay we're going to look at is by Tycho Surratt. Hopefully I am saying your name properly. He is here with Kwang. So, the learning point of this replay here is anticipating initiations. What they do very well is actually two things. They synergize their ultimates very nicely, and then his team re-engages for critical moments. So you can see that we're kind of learning points being what could they have done better, points of excellence being what did they do well. What did they do well? So simply, it is all focused here in this middle inhibitor here. Now here is a point here that the friendly Rampage decides to engage, but not necessarily at the best of time. He doesn't have the rest of his team here. The Murdoch was coming in from the jungle over here, trying to get back into a defensive position without overextending through here in the middle lane. The friendly Richter here is not clearly, as you can see, in position, and our Tycho, if I can call him that, is not with him. So the anticipating initiations is a bit of an issue, something that they can definitely learn from. So the Rampage takes a whole bunch of damage, decides that this is the time to engage, and indeed his team does to some extent. Not as strongly as they would have liked, but now at this point the enemy Steel decides to initiate. Now the issue here is that his team was on the defensive, and he needed to play defensive as well, doing something to focus down the Rampage, crowd control him, something like that. Do something offensive, or defensive, not necessarily offensive. You will see the issue here that happens with this Steel. He gets punished for it, right? And doing a hard initiate to the back line when your team is on the retreat, trying to to nullify the enemy team's engagement here. The hard engage from the friendly Rampage, not the smartest thing. He gets taken out. Now at this point, the friendly tanks here are trying to get a good engage here, but they get punished for it. This Richter here and the Rampage get a little too overextended. As you can see here, the Rampage is trying to do something, but he doesn't get a pull, doesn't land the pull, and now this Rampage engages, but again, his team doesn't follow through. You can see that his Murdoch is low on health. He knew that his Richter was low on health, which is probably why he engaged, but not much came from it. So getting that anticipating initiations is hard. It needs to be obvious. Your team needs to have that good sense. They need to know how you've been playing throughout the match in order to get a good sense of initiate. It has to be clear. Use your pings, attack mid lane, attack mid lane, attack mid lane, and then go in. Something like that. It just didn't happen. So getting a sense here from our friendly team on how to initiate would have been definitely very useful. Now comes the points of excellence. As you're probably wondering why the friendly team's taken so much damage and is on the back foot. We have the Faye coming in from the side, lands a fantastic root. Our friendly Tycho here uses Sword of the Heavens right in the middle, and what nice ultimate in. Takes down two of the heroes simultaneously. The Twin Blast falls. A great pull from the Richter and a great stun from the Rampage to secure Team White. Fantastically done. Fantastically done. There was a great sense of Tycho and Spodzer's Spotter Zuzman. A great team sense here, watching the minimap. He must have been watching the minimap to see that that Faye rotating over, using the flank, using the high ground to her advantage to get that. You can see that right when she uses her ultimate, Tycho immediately starts engaging. He knows what's happening, and boom. Keeping that in the back of your mind, who synergizes well with my hero, and keeping an eye on them. You know, I know that Faye can group the whole enemy so that I can use my AoE ultimate to great effect. Keeping an eye on her. What is she doing? Is she coming in from the side? Is she going to use her ultimate to set me up perfectly? And indeed she did. I need to get into a good position, use my sword, the Judgment Sword throw out thing. There we go. Awesome. Great anticipation by Tycho. By the rest of the team, before that, not so much. Tycho did do a good job of staying back. He knew that the initiations that were happening weren't very successful, so he just stayed in the background trying to do his thing to keep himself ready for this engagement. As you can see, he kind of goes up a little bit, but he saved himself for this. Now there's a second point of excellence that I mentioned before, re-engaging for critical moments. Look at the Richter and look at the Rampage. The Murdoch is going back. He has his ultimate and his snipe that he knows that he can use from wherever the hell he is. But the Richter and Rampage actually do a fantastic job. Watch this. Watch. Here comes the Richter. Here comes the Richter. Here comes the Rampage now. The Richter comes in, manages to actually just get that last hit, makes the pull on the Gideon to secure this kill. Watch the Rampage with his perfectly timed stun to kill the Gideon. Actually, does he hit? Does he hit the Gideon? I think he actually misses the Gideon. Oh, he does! He does. But regardless, I think it's actually the Richter here that gets his silence on. Ultimate. Yeah, he does. He gets the silence there on the Gideon. Well done. But the point remains. Fantastic re-engaging by the tanks, using what they are good for, using that crowd control to secure the kills, to secure that advantage. Fantastically done. Just look at that. Two of the enemy melt right away. Wind blast goes. The Murdoch did miss his snipe, which is fantastic. But look at that. Richter secures the kill there. The Rampage knows that he has his shoulder, sticks him back. Fantastic. Fantastic. So there you guys have it. There are the learning points, right? Anticipating initiations, you know, getting just a good sense of when the enemy is engaging, when your friendly team is engaging. It's a struggle. It's hard. Here the Rampage chooses to go in, focuses down the Twin Blast. He knows that should be the target. Continues to go, not necessarily maybe paying attention to the rest of his team, and probably you know, taking for granted that they are going to engage with him, but they don't. The enemy still engages, however, and he gets punished for it. And doing a hard engage to the back line of an enemy team that's making your team go on the defensive, not necessarily the best thing, because you are going to be left out here. And the enemy team can't re-engage fast enough to support the steal and true calls. At this point you can see there's a little bit of a hesitation from the enemy team here, or from the friendly team, to re-engage. The enemy team does do a great job picking off the, you know, get the great Cosmic Rift there on the Murdoch, forcing him back. Tycho knows, he just like, you know, retreat, because exactly like that, the Richter will get picked off low on health, the Rampage will get picked off low on health, but here we go. This is where the turnaround point is. Fantastic 2v4. Oh, just well done. Well done. You need those sources of hard engagements that come from either the flanks or just straight up front. You know, a great Grex pull, you know, straight up in, you know, not on the flanks. Great Grex pull works really well. You just need those well executed initiations to really set up the rest of the team. And Tycho did a great job here of getting a good sense of when those were happening and executed accordingly. Very, very well done. And here is the second play done by XCJ223X. It's a great individual team stomp. He goes on a rampage and destroys. The 3 points of excellence here: he engages from the flank, he focuses down his targets, to some degree, but he does, and he has an excellent build. It's simple, effective, and it works. So, here is the situation, ladies and gentlemen. We have a team fight here going off in the mid lane. He decides he was, there's a little bit of a skirmish kind of over at Orb Prime, but it kind of made his way over to mid lane. He was coming in from here. Maybe a little late arguably, but he still makes it nonetheless. So he engages from the flank, which obviously gives you the element of surprise. It naturally kind of doesn't put the focus on you because obviously, I mean, the whole team is engaged over here. So you have an advantage there. You can be sneaky. You can get away with quite a bit before enemies go, hey, there's somebody coming in on the flank and doing a whole bunch of damage. He focuses down his targets to some degree and just slaughters everybody. So let's watch here as he comes in from the side. He sees a Ziggy Scorch coming in, decides to focus him down. Look at the chunking going on here. He focuses him, but he notices that the Velika, which is a better target, switches to her, takes her out, uses his ultimate to get that little bit of an advantage over the Chimera to burn him down, then switches over to this Muriel, uses the tether there to get into a good position, tries to body block him, but look at this, just keeps it going, just huge chunks off the team. Finally, the Ign Scorch maybe shouldn't have come to mid lane, should have kept going through the jungle. Chunks down. Fantastic job by CJ223. Well done. We definitely have to watch this again. Comes in from the flank again. You have that advantage. Use that a little bit of time. Use that confusion on the enemy team to do the damage. He switches targets. He knows that Ign Scorch, well, he is hitting towards his enemy team or his friendly team, so he's probably going to die. But usually Ign Scorches are kind of tanky. So they can sit in their turrets, but then usually a Bellica, well, yeah, they're tanky as well, but not as much. That is the target to eliminate. Nice squishy Bellica relative to everybody else. Switches to her, totally destroys her. Turns to the next lowest health target here, the Chimera. He knows that, well, if he was in this engagement for a long time, has good health regen, so uses his ultimate to chunk him down to super low health. One shot takes him out, moves to the Merle. Watch as he keeps that tether on for as long as possible here, and then tries to body block it, but good alacrity on Muriel's part. Goes away. He uses his right range for some damage, and totally destroys it. And tries to just make it, and well done here on CJ223.1. Fantastic job. Engaging from the flank, focusing down targets that you can do the best, you can fulfill your role with more, and he just has an excellent build. It's really simple. I really like it. Well, it's better actually to look at here. Interesting that he gets the Centurion because he has 2 amulets of the Veteran here for 600 total additional health. Okay, 600, I guess that's not that much, but the rest is just damage. Like, look at this. He has 2 Thirst Fangs full of damage, 1 2-point drain here, 2 Wind Carver Blades with 1 major kinetic and 1 2-point kinetic. If I did the math, it would probably say that the DPS would increase if he switched some damage out for the kinetic. Probably would, but I think he's just going for just a gigantic chunking hero, just huge basic attacks that could go relatively slower, but I mean, really, I mean, it's fine. The two Thirst Fangs works really well. That's 25% lifesteal, plus the 15 he already gets on himself. Am I correct here? I think so. 15 for himself and 10 or 5 for everybody else around him. Something like that. 35% lifesteal, and he doesn't have to upgrade that much. Like he only does a 2-point drain. So very nicely done. Great build. Great job. Obviously doing a monster job in this game. Fantastic. 12 to 3. 150 last hits. Great job there. Super good job in the CP department. So well done, CJ22231. Fantastic. There you guys have it. There is the epic plays for this week. Please let me know down in the comments what you think about these. Did you find this helpful? Did I analyze them properly? Do you think those were the key points that we could learn from and also see excellence demonstrated? Please, again, like I said, please email me, sylphinparagon@gmail.com, with the code, the replay code, with the epic plays in the title, the time that it occurs, and a little description. Also, you can just leave it down here on the comment section. That's probably actually easier. I should probably just say that. Leave it down in the comments, just because everybody can see it for themselves as well. Thank you guys very much for watching this. Please like the video if you like it, dislike if you dislike it, share it with the community, of course, subscribe if you found this useful, you enjoyed it. Please let me know and subscribe so I can do it for you in the future. Till next time, like always, stay optimistic and positive.